friends, on this episode of Homestead Tessie, I'm going to share with you how you can be self-sufficient on 1 acre ground. Stay tuned. On a larger Homestead channel, they were talking about how you cannot be self-sufficient on anything less than 5 acres of ground. And that video got me quite stirred up because I know for a fact that that is wrong. You can have a self-sufficient lifestyle on 1 acre or less, and I'm here to prove that you can. I have been doing this for many years now, and my 1 acre property provides me and my husband enough food for the whole entire year. And I'm going to share with you the tips and tricks on how you can have a 1 acre homestead and be self-sufficient all year round. Now, in this 1 acre homestead, I am completely devoted to food production. I do not have animals. So what I'm about to explain to you will pertain to a food production 1 acre homestead. Now, of course, you are going to have to learn to live in a different lifestyle and diet, because if you would live solely on the 1 acre lot that you have into garden, then you would have to really change your diet. And I'm going to show you that you can do that. Stay tuned and I'll show you. Our 1 acre property, I'm going to show with you how you can do it. The first thing you want to do is make sure every little piece of ground that you have is devoted to something that you can eat or something that you can use for medicine. So the lamb's ear we use as band-aids. We have blueberry bushes, we have herbs, we have all kinds of things here planted. Other thing you want to do is, in the homestead, self-sufficiency is chickens. Now, I know a lot of people go into goats and go into pigs and go into that, but that is an expense that if you want to have a 1 acre lot that is debt-free and be able to provide self-sufficiency, chickens are the way to go, because chickens cost very little to maintain and also will eat a lot of your scraps, and also the eggs are high in protein. If you are having a 1 acre self-sufficient homestead and not growing animals, you're going to need the eggs for the protein, because protein is something that you are going to lack on your self-sufficient 1 acre ground. But eggs have all the protein that you need for the daily allowance. 1 acre homestead is a must, is a rainwater. Rainwater is really good for everything that you need to be self-sufficient. And my rainwater barrel is #1. I am looking to save enough money, hopefully from YouTube, that I can purchase another rain barrel, because a rain barrel is what is my life-sustaining water here on the 1 acre homestead. And every area of ground, like I said, is planted in something that we can eat. There is parsley planted just in the middle of all my flower beds. We have peas planted. Now, when you purchase an acre or less, you want to make sure that you have area that's garden, and your garden area always needs to face the south. So if you're buying or have a 1 acre homestead, make sure your home is situated where you can have your gardens that get full sun. Because if you want to provide enough food for yourself for a whole year, you have to have gardens that have full sun. Container garden is really important. Containing gardening is not going to be self-sufficient to feed you all year, but you will be able to feed yourself in the summertime with it, and then you can save your other food from the garden for over the winter. So let me show you a little bit what I have going on here in the garden. Alright, so you want to be self-sufficient, and you have 1 acre or less. I'm going to talk about with mostly those who have 1 acre or half an acre. My garden is over half of my property. I turned my lawn into a garden, and every year it gets bigger and bigger to the point where I cannot get any bigger. So, #1 food item in your garden are potatoes. Potatoes are life-sustaining starch. If you're talking about wanting to live off of your 1 acre, you can live in the wintertime if you have potatoes. Potatoes are very important, and these are my 75-foot rows of potatoes. Green beans are another important staple. Green beans and onions, which I have in these rows. But you want to have things that you can produce, that you can preserve all year round. So things like carrots, things like potatoes, green beans, cucumbers. Tomatoes are a staple in our food because everything we use is based around tomatoes. Also, peppers are very important. So if you want to be self-sustaining on 1 acre, I'm here to show you that you can do it. And I have done it. Now it's just 2 of us. But we could live off of the food that I produce in my front lawn for 1 year. In fact, we could probably go longer than a year. But you would not have your typical American diet. So we do not live off of this for a whole year because we do have the typical American diet, which we enjoy having. But if things were shut down today, we would be able to live 1 year on this ground. So I just wanted to show you a little bit to dispel the myths that you cannot be self-sufficient on 1 acre. These are sweet potatoes. We plant a lot of sweet potatoes and they last us all year round. So I just hope you enjoyed this video, and I will get back to you with some more ideas on how to be self-sufficient on 1 acre or less. And you can do it because I've done it. Take care everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.